Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Rogue Legacy 2. We're playing a duelist. I've moved on to a new thread. I did some purchases off camera, so here is the new equipment that I'm wearing. You can see it all over there. We got a few upgrades. And in terms of the burdens, I went ahead and unlocked all burdens. I only moved up to New Game Plus 2, but I added the next 4 bosses as upgraded bosses. The extra burdens give me a little bit of a gold bonus, and it does mean that I'll be able to kind of unlock more scars in a single thread, because we don't have any open scar challenges left to do at the Drift House right now, and so I'd like to change that. But things are going to be more difficult. My armor rating is still not great, but I've got a duelist with combat roll. It's a pretty good character, and I did unlock some more equipment and blueprints that we'll be able to find around the Citadel, and so I'm hoping that we'll find some of those, and that I'll be able to, let's see, can two-shot some bad guys in here. That shouldn't be bad. But yeah, Saber's a very good weapon. Combat roll is nice, obviously, and look at this, just right off the bat, we're gonna get a blueprint. Sanguine chest +1. I'm not actually wearing sanguine chest plate, I'm actually wearing a leather chest plate. Did some rejiggering of leather and also bought some extra resolve upgrades, so that I'm starting out with 200% resolve. That was a lot of kills to kill that guy, so let's be aware. And I'm a little bit button happy pressing the attack button here right now, so let's try to settle in just a little bit. Ouch, I thought I was gonna go above that. Oh, you're a commander dude. Alright, but I dealt with you, and we're earning money. Alright, we're on a new thread, so that does mean that one of the things I might want to spend money on, potentially, is unlocking certain teleporters. I guess the Sun Tower is the most valuable one, and so that's probably the one that I'll attempt to unlock first. And let's see, I'm still getting 12 HP per kill. And that guy just, ooh, that guy just hit me for like 100. Alright. So be wary. And right, my spell I haven't been using is the same spell that the previous character had. And it's a good spell, so I should use it. Right, doors. Breaking open doors does a lot of damage. It's based on intelligence, and my intelligence is pretty high. But yeah, let's try to move toward the right, towards Axis Mundi. Ouch, I should have combat rolled, rather than try to jump out of the way. Gotta remember I'm a duelist, and I have that capability. Alright, let's go ahead and just hit you with that. Can finish you with that. Hey, it's pizza! Okay, I feel a little bit more warmed up with this character already. So let's continue to try to find our way. Oops, over to Axis Mundi. And let's try to get a little bit more dialed in on using the combat roll. That's the one thing I'm not doing well yet. 200% resolve. I do like Ambrosia. It's better when paired with certain things. Let's hold off on that for just a moment and see what other relics we encounter, and then we can start making some decisions. But I do have resolve, and I do want to spend it, because resolve is good and relics are good, and they're just fun. Alright, and I guess it's just easier to have rooms entirely cleared, but I do want to aim to go to the right. So let's try to continue going that way. I can aim this downward. Oh, sure. Alright. Have I found Axis Mundi? Not yet. But what I have found is a room that does have an exit further to the right, and so perhaps we'll be close. Also, I'm not entirely certain that I've seen this exact room layout before. I don't have a sense of how many room layouts they changed or upgraded or different things in the most recent update. And I know there's like, you know, multiple rooms that kind of get glued together into one room as a possibility, which makes certain rooms more difficult to just kind of like recognize on their own per se. Nevertheless, I feel like part of this might have been new. So if you find a previous video in my old series that had this exact room layout, point me to a video and timestamp, and then say, "Silly Brian." But no one should be doing that. But yeah, look at that crazy room. It's gigantic. In any case, it's now gigantic and empty of enemies. We're going to leave the furniture there for possible Demeter trials. We're going to take the Blessing of Life, as we do. And then carefully make our way over to where I expect Axis Mundi is going to be. And I've already got 13,000 gold. There's another Ambrosia and a Raven's Ring. I'm not particularly interested. Do I want to go ahead and re-roll now? I've only got 2 re-rolls. I've already got one of these, and I think it's extremely unlikely that I'm going to take this. So yeah, let's actually re-roll right now. Yeah, because a Soul Tether. That's pretty great. That's one that I'm willing to go ahead and spend some mana on right now. And watch this. Kablam! Extra damage. Also, I managed to find not the entrance to Axis Mundi, but instead the entrance to the Stygian Study, which I may come back to later. I also notice that there's a secret here. Hey, we're getting runes inside Citadel Agartha once again because we're on a new thread. Very nice. I'm very happy to see that. Still feeling behind on runes. That gives me hope that we're going to find more of them. And I'll be able to get what I want. Ouch. And yeah, what I really want, I think, is another lifesteal rune. I think I still only have like one of them, possibly. And it feels very late to only have one of those. Here we go. I found Axis Mundi. Alright. The Citadel was not that much of a bother, although my life is down a little bit, so let's be careful. But I feel reasonably confident that I can take on this area as well, especially if a chicken leg decides to be nice to me, which it did. Kindest chicken leg you ever did see. Soul Tether's doing occasional work, especially in this zone where there's often like a bunch of spread out enemies. Yeah, like that just did extra damage to 2 other guys. At basically no cost to me. I mean, other than the resolve that I already spent. Combat roll! Any chance of a blueprint in here? Seems unlikely, since it was not a silver chest. Alright, you were scary, but I managed to dodge you. Don't forget the combat roll. It's a very good skill. Not to be forgotten. Bubbly fish. That'll work. Alright, Soul Tether has already mostly killed you, and so yeah, one more shot finishes off the eyeball. And we're moving swiftly towards our first doorway of interest. Nice job, Burn. Finishing off the bad guys. It ought to kill this guy in one shot as well. So we'll go ahead and do that, although now there's money out there that I feel the need to go back for. Lest I go through the doorway and it expires. Let's grab the money and then see what our purple question mark has in store. I do have enough health that I think I could take another apple at this point. So if it's a Blessing of Life, I'll be happy to take it. Alright, that brings me down to 465. That's about what I walked in here with. So if I continue to play well, I think we'll be fine. I did luck into a chicken leg when I walked in here, though, so If that doesn't happen, I'm out of mana. Right. Okay. Then I'll have to play a little bit better to compensate, probably. You're still not dead. What a guy. Okay. There was somewhere to stand down here. All of a sudden, I was not so sure. Nice. Nice. Also nice. Okay, this feels good. For a character who's just entered a new thread, I don't feel like this one is giving me too much bother. I do see the commander, but given the type that it is, it's not going to really affect me unless I go in that direction. So I can take my time and attack it when it's convenient for me. And also probably deal some damage from afar. Just using my Soul Tether on other enemies as well as my spell. Oh, he's almost dead. I think I might be able to kill him by hitting the blobfish, honestly. I did! Alright, Soul Tether. For the win. Dealing extra magic damage to all nearby enemies. Every 5 seconds. I'm already glad that I chose to pick up that relic. So let's see. Nightmares here, we can just avoid like so. Boing, boing. And once the pupil shoots, then I can hop on by. Alright. So I got some soul tether damage there. Was not quite fast enough. 586 health though. Health is going up. Yeah, we finally reached enough HP regained per kill to where I feel like I can turn a profit just killing bad guys in certain zones. And that's a nice threshold to finally reach. Oh, darn it. Well, just took some damage back there, though. That's not as great. Okay. You've been dealt with. You too can find yourself being dealt with. Hey, and I actually hit the button with the right timing. Oh, and a mana potion. That's nice. That reminds me that I should be using my spell. And also gives me some hit points back. Ooh, it's kind of tempting. With 190, if the average one is 30, I could probably hold it. It might ruin my character, but it's a lot of fun. But it might ruin my character, but it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna go for it. What do we get? Oh no, Heavy Stone! So now I have a cooldown for 1.5 seconds, I think. Hermes Boots. Cornucopia gives us a lot of healing. But yeah, overall, that was not super great, because the Heavy Stone has really hindered the Saber. So, that's the danger. To wait for it to say ability ready. The Soul Tether at least makes things a little bit more tolerable, because even though I'm only swinging this weapon every so often, I can still, like, hit multiple bad guys with it at once, so that's somewhat helpful. Alright, but yeah, now I might want to change weapons to something that hits harder less frequently. And my combat roll, the charge. I should use the combat roll to get charged even more often now, I suppose. Obsidian Cape, nice. Because I want all of my attacks to be like super attacks, so I want to do like that, so I get a crit. That seems like not a bad idea. The combat roll actually finished him off. That was kind of funny. Okay, so I'm going to have to adjust my playstyle. But that's also part of the fun of taking Mammon's Bounty. Alright, how much does this cost? 8,500? No problem. Alright. Since I'm here, I'm unlikely to go all the way through the sun tower. So we'll go ahead and grab some furniture. Spin kicks. I can also spin kick whenever I want, even if my weapon isn't ready. So that's another way that I can attack at a moment's notice. And my combat roll. Okay, so yeah. I can cope with this. Just need to concentrate. Okay, ability ready. Ability ready, because I've got the combat roll. Yikes! Followed by the sword swing. It's kind of funny. Alright, I'm going to combat roll to get charged. That was going to soul tether, and so it seemed appropriate. And then I can spin kick furniture, definitely. You definitely are going to need to burn to death. And crit. Nice. Okay. I'm making it work. Heavy stone. Kind of the worst thing I could have done to this character, but I'm making it work. You. Oop, I don't have the mana. And you can attack me from afar, so you're actually super dangerous. Chose not to do it there. Oops, I just wasted my attack. I think I'm going to have to leave that guy behind. He's kind of coming for me, though. Oh, boy. Let's do some spin kicks. I do have some mana now. I might be able to make this work. Alright, so if I combat roll through this, hit you once. Combat roll, hit him. There we go. Okay. This is a new challenge, and I'm kind of digging it. I feel like I'm getting away with stuff. And it's fun to feel like you're getting away with stuff. The door will probably kill you. Coupled with soul tether, at least. I'm going to go ahead and kill you with that. So I have fewer bad guys to worry about. And then I can spin kick this, and do I want to go up for that one chest? I can live without it. I hate trying to climb that nightmare thingy. I just tried to hit the button 3 times in quick succession, forgetting about how I broke this character. Apparently I have a very short memory. Oh, I'm back up at full health. Wow. I kind of didn't expect that. Circuit's Stinger. Is not very good when you have a heavy stone bargain. So, yeah, let's reroll this too. Gold bonuses turn into XP. Duelist is dexterity. I'm not super into that, and I think I prefer the money. And I don't really need the rerolls if I don't have resolve to go with it. We are running low already. So I think we'll skip that. Hiya! Alright, very nice. Ability ready. Got a crit that way. Ability ready. Nice. Alright, so it's combat roll swing. Combat roll swing is basically the strategy here, I think. And that's how we crit. Alright, there's enemies upstairs who I would like to go take a swing at. And so I shall. I guess I can do that just fine. Sure. I ran out of my charge, but fortunately it had already been hit by soul tethers, and so even a non-crit was sufficient to kill off that baddie. Combat roll does not waken the nightmare. Doesn't seem like I can put him to sleep. So I'm just going to do this. Ouch. Oh, that's a good chest, though. Hold on. Silver chest, I think, is worth it. So I need to do that. There we go. Leviathan weapon. Nice. We'll use some combat rolls in order to break the furniture without awakening the nightmares. And then we'll get hit in the back on the way out, because I'm just that good. Alright. I'm actually really glad that I took the Mammon's Bounty, because this is a fun and interesting run in an unexpected way. Alright, so now I can just finish you off that way. And let's do this. Nice. Nice. Yeah, this is forcing me to use combat roll in a manner that I'm really unaccustomed to. And I'm digging it. And we're at max health. Great. Nope, not ready yet. Nice. Alright, fairy chest room. Show me something good. Destroy all targets. I don't have enough mana to pull this off. So let's wait to come back in case I get... Oh, wait, the Soul Tether? Soul Tether! Every 5 seconds, your next weapon attack. So it's only if I get a weapon attack, and my weapon can't attack over there. So I'm going to leave that fairy chest room around. And maybe if I think of it later and we get something that enables me to complete that fairy chest room, we'll be able to go back there. Offhand, I'm not sure what that something would be that would enable me to complete it. But maybe future Brian will have better ideas than current Brian does. Alright, fortunately that was enough to kill you. Let's use this on you. And then let's wait patiently, yeah, for that to... Oops, I'm such a dummy. Wait patiently for the fireball to expire before dashing into the back of it and regretting it. Oops, okay, cool down. Alright, that was ugly, but we got the job done. Nice. Oh gosh, that was scary. I should have spin kicked there. I didn't. And... Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, this is definitely the most combat roll heavy duelisting I've ever dueled. That's right, I said it. Alright. Using everything to my abilities. And getting stuff done. Ouch. And occasionally taking foolish damage. It's everything you'd expect from a Brian run. Hey! Okay, that was super good. This is just a lore room, right? We've already read all the lore. And I think... Kerguelen Plateau is also a pretty nice teleporter to unlock, so I think I will choose to unlock that one. So let's see. We just passed the lore room, and so now this is a fairy chest room, lose no health. I'm not currently at max mana, and it will be very helpful to be at max mana to succeed at this room. So let's come back in after breaking a few more bits of furniture and or attacking another enemy. Let's attack you with the saber. I'd like to have at least 2 mana fires available. So maybe there'll be something in this room, then we can go back to that previous fairy chest. There we go, mana potion. Perfect. Let's go ahead and check out what's here. Gravity beam would not enable me to do the other room, I don't think. And I don't think I want to change, so yeah, I think I'm okay without it. Okay, so max mana. Back to this room. Let's hit the switch and decide who deserves it. You deserve it because you can hit me from afar. Actually, most of these guys can. It's kind of bad. Okay, that worked. I can combat roll as well. Oh boy. So it's combat roll and hit. Combat roll, hit. Combat roll, hit. Spin kick these guys. Combat roll, hit. Combat roll, hit. Did I get it? Yes. Nice. Okay. I think I might have just gotten 2 stone runes in a row, which is like the least valuable of the... Well, that might not be the least valuable. It's definitely not in my top 5 in terms of the runes I could get. And did I do this? I already forgot even what this was. Ah, right, it was a gravity beam. I remember now. It's fine. Okay, I don't need that furniture. Not that I'll ever come back for it, but we'll leave it there. Okay, so if I want to open the way to the Kerguelen Plateau, which I do, then I need to take the little secret. Definitely not ready to fight a prime boss right at the moment. But let's pay off a pizza girl. And we still have a lot of money, and there could be good stuff for us in the Kerguelen Plateau. So let's try... Oh. Getting a good start to the room. And apparently it's not happening. Okay. That's a bit better. Oh man. This character. It's actually not nearly as bad to play as I thought it was going to be. Like, I was really thinking even before... Ouch. That was bad. Even before I took the Mammon's Bounty, I was thinking, man, if I get heavy stone, it's going to completely ruin the character. And it's only partially ruined the character. You know? It's pretty good. Okay. I'm making it work. That's not a way to make it work. That's not a way to make it work. If only I were better at aiming my spell. I can't have everything. Okay. You are still alive, but now you're one-shot kill, but I just wasted my shot. Okay, there we go. Is there going to be a commander in this room? There is not. How nice. Thanks for the monies. Let's check out what's up here. Furniture, which I do need. Very nice. All right. Oh, that, of course, it explodes into a larger projectile once it hits the wall. I don't know why I didn't foresee that. Oh, gosh. That used all of my armor, I just noticed. So I need to be hyper aware of the fact that enemies are going to start hitting really hard. And a commander in the zone especially. Like, I really will take severe damage from. Because my armor rating is still a little bit low. Lose no health. I can do this room if I play it right. So just wait for the shots. Do a long dash and a jump. Nice. Siphon room. I also have one of those already that I hadn't purchased, so now I've got 2 of them. But I'm happy, oh boy, to get him out of the pool. I think the combat roll there was appropriate. Okay. Alright. It's kind of fun to, like, always be critting. Yikes. That actually worked really well. Okay, this is... I'm surprised not only at how playable this is turning out to be, but also how playable by me it's turning out to be. Like, it's much more complicated in my brain to execute all the things I need to do. Ouch. In order to not completely fail at this. And I'm not completely failing at this. So good job, me. You did a thing. There is no risen down here. Let's get the orb out of the way. There we go. Alright. Is that all the enemies in the room? I believe so. Nope, it's not. Nice. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, the Soul Tether is really playing with this because with the Heavy Stone bargain, since Soul Tether only charges every 5 seconds or something, it's the case that I'm only swinging like every 2 seconds anyway. And so that actually is a synergy between those two. Extra large, yeah, nope, we're not doing that room. Commander's in the zone. If I'm not at full maximum HP, that's definitely a no-no. Ah, darn it. And I should not have taken that damage. That'll kill you. That killed you. And that almost killed you. Almost counts for something, right? And you, if I'm careful, can do that. Followed by that. Get some spin kicks going. Nice. And I could spin kick these guys, or I could do this. Well, that killed one of them. Okay. Oh boy. I feel like this run is going kind of slowly, but it's out of necessity, and hopefully it's interesting to watch. Shockwave. I can upgrade to Gravity Beam and then upgrade to Shockwave. I still think I prefer the Searing Shot right now, so I think I'm not going to do that. I do need to carry lilies, and I have the resolve capacity to do so. I already did find Nama's room, and so once we find a second lily, we could always just teleport over there. And yeah, Nama's room is just right over there right now. Okay. Thank you, Soul Tether. This feels fraught with peril. Let's do this. Oh, it just hits the, darn. Darn it. Quit moving out of the way. Now I've got no mana. Boo. Oh, hey, you can kindly come down here. And then I could completely miss you. Fantastic. Just what we wanted. Alright, you. There we go. Took a while, but we got here, and as a result, we were rewarded with a kin weapon. Alright. We're still looking for a second lily. So let's find that and then decide what to do from there. Nice. Oh wow, we're getting so many blueprints. Ammonite Helm, +1. Looks like from here, there's a way to go down and to the right. But it does involve traveling through a diving bell. I wonder how they came up with the idea for the diving bell as like the little in-room teleporter. I keep screwing up my ability ready. That was good. Oh, I thought I was going to get you with my combat roll. Okay. This room usually has an enemy in it. It's a commander risen dude. And my solution to that is just to not wake him up. So I'll just grab some gold and go. And then take exit stage right to a room that's not so bad. And exit stage down left to another room that's also not so bad. Okay. I'm aware of the threat of the arrows coming back. And I'm aware of the threat of eating too much pizza. It's the best threat there is. Oh, wow. Once again, that doesn't make sense. This... I'm using my magic pretty frequently, so that also doesn't make sense for this character right now. Where are these other lily rooms hiding, I wonder? Oh! I managed to hit 2 guys with 1 searing shot. Honestly, I did not think that was possible. So I guess I've learned something. I wonder if it just has hit them both in the exact same frame, and so it's just very rare and or difficult to do. That seems plausible to me. But I think I've tried to do that before without success. And so it's just noteworthy that it is possible. Alright. That's a nice crit. There we go. I want to take this. Fall down here. Oh gosh. Waited around too long trying to decide what to do. And now I'm paying the price. Yikes. Okay, you need to Die soon, thanks. Thank you, chicken leg. You are very welcome to these eyes and to this stomach. There's another ambrosia. There are so many of them. I still don't think that's worth it. This would extend my charge for longer, but I don't know that it matters. Yeah, or I think that extended like the time period on that. Actually, oops, that was foolish. Let's charge through both of you. There we go. Let's do that, which will break the thingy. Yeah, that worked out pretty much exactly how I wanted it to. And yeah, no rerolls, so just nothing happening in that room. Here is another lily. So we're going to look to the right and see if the teleporter at the far right edge is coming up, and if so, we can just teleport back to Nama's room. I'm okay to go ahead and drop off the lilies, because I'm not going to be getting a war drum with this character, I don't think, which is the main reason that one might choose to hold on to the lilies. Alright, spin kicks, good job. Let's go ahead and charge up. And then, oh, that didn't finish you off. I thought for sure it would. I'll finish you with a combat roll then. How do you like them apples? Oh, wait. Okay. I really do not like these shieldy dudes. They bother me. Yikes, okay. Let's do this. That's fine. And that. Make sure my ability is ready before I do that. And I think you are also worth a spell. Oh, wait, I should have combated rolled. That was a perfect chance to combat roll, and I blew it. Oh, I was briefly standing, I guess, due to invincibility frames on spikes. There's a chest here, and then I'm going to teleport over to Nama's room, but I think I earned the chest pretty much already. Now I've definitely earned it. I knew that that was there, and I jumped right into it anyway. Because apparently I'm a foolish fool. Alright, but this will open the door to Nama's room. No intentions to fight her right now. And having done so... I think let's change areas. I'm a little low on health. Let's go back to the Citadel and see if we can find perhaps another relic room where I could spend 30 resolve profitably. Right, the lilies are still in my inventory. It's only when I actually go through the door, so I need to remember that they actually get consumed. Ooh, fairy chest to defeat all enemies. Let's do it. Let's first heal some and get rid of threats that would otherwise cause us harm during the challenge. So namely these guys. Ouch! I didn't see that these ones were down here. That's my own fault. As opposed to someone else's fault. It's all your fault. Viewers, I blame you. Oh gosh, Alright, let's wait for the soul tether to charge up. Okay, it's charged. Hitting lots of enemies at once. Ouch. Soul tether is charged. Great. Killed some bad guys. Great. And now everybody should be low on health because I've hit them so many times already. Except for these guys, apparently. Alright, Mr. Skeleton. Give me my fairy chest. Bounty rune. I do like bounty runes because I am a big fan of gold, as you may be aware, if you've ever watched any of my videos. And, okay, so I want to do this. And then... Oh no! I blew it. There's no way to get out of it now, right? Yeah, there's no way to get out of it now. Darn it. Is there a way to get out of it? I'm pretty sure no, but let me try this. Nope, that doesn't work. Yeah, pretty sure I can't win that one anymore. Darn. That was an easy one, and I blew it. You're a shredder, but you're not awful. because you don't have a good way to attack me. Oops, I just blew that. So if I'm just patient, and also occasionally let you walk into the wall, because you're a big dummy, then things will work in my favor. Great. Lots of ore, which is part of the reason that I don't need the stone runes that we've been getting. So I've got plenty of ore. Oh, I have no mana. And it's gonna make it hard to shoot you with my spell that I can't cast because I got no mana. There's some mana. Hooray! Also some HP. Also hooray. Kablam. Kablam. It's fun to say kablam. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. Kablam! Nice. Just in time. So pretty sure the combat roll was going to reactivate soon enough for me to take advantage, and it did. That was scary. We got the job done. There we go. Yeah, this is taking such effort. It's pretty fun. Alright, be patient. And that room is fine. Be impatient, and then you'll be unhappy. For example, see figure 1. That's pretty good. Let's do it. I'm aware of the Pandora's box. This one seems better given the nature of this hero. I'm often not hitting anybody for 5 seconds. So why not have it deal a whole bunch more damage when I do? And now I can't afford these. Gnawed is kind of within reach, but I'm not even at max health now. It's going to be a hard time getting back up there. So here's the answer to Suspicion Dry Lake. I don't really want to be here. Where do I want to be right now? Somewhere where I can get my health back. So there are nearby rooms still in Citadel Agartha, so let's stick around there. So right over here, what do we got? Oh my goodness. Okay. This is not going great. It would be great if I could get one attack. Alright. That's all I got. Darn. I really blew it in that room. So I went from rank 6 to rank 9. That's actually better than I thought it was going to be. I did get a lot of blueprints, including possibly one that I'll use. I unlocked 2 teleporters and still got 72,000 gold. That was not bad, but I'm still upset about how that one ended because I think it could have lasted a bit longer. I do need to upgrade my gunslinger. And other than the colorblind, that seems pretty good. It's very serviceable knight. Chef is great. I don't remember what histrionic is, but I don't think I like it. And it's an okay Ronin. Do I want to play gunslinger on this guy? It's pretty interesting, and it's got a nice gold bonus. I think I am going to try this gunslinger. And with our money, remind me if there was anything directly I could upgrade. I think there was one thing, but I might be incorrect. Okay, none of the things I'm currently wearing do I want to upgrade directly. So let's skip that. I got a bunch of runes, but none of them were ones that I particularly wanted, so far as I recall. I'm just going to quickly scroll through. But yeah, nothing is... Oh, bounty rune. I do want that. It would cost another 1 rune weight to get. So I'm definitely going to do that. Those both cost about the same. So let's take our brownie rune, because I love gold. And then as for the rest, honestly, like, all my stats are kind of doing okay, except armor. I definitely need 2 armor ups at least. Health is good, strength is good, intelligence is good, and I'm a gunslinger, which means even my weapons deal magic bonus damage, if I recall correctly. So more intelligence makes sense while I'm on the gunslinger. And upgrading spin kicks is also very valuable in the long run, especially with a very intelligent character. Alright, so next time we'll be playing as a gunslinger wielding a crazy weapon and with various other implements of destruction. So look forward to it. And I do have scar challenges that need to be done by the gunslinger as well. Alright, but we can do that next time. I'm going to say, I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Rogue Legacy 2. For now, bye-bye.